Are you tired of toxic assholes ruining your fantasy football experience? Consider joining us at the Worthless Fantasy Federation. We run multiple different kinds of leagues. We have a 32-team NFL simulation style fantasy league. That's what most of our content is based around. You know, you can see the podcast episodes on the channel here that directly correlate to that league, but we also have a salary cap league where we have custom rules designed around a salary cap simulation. We have a 16-team Dynasty Superflex league. We have multiple best ball leagues. Next year, we'll be introducing another 32-team NFL simulation style league, a 16-team Dynasty IDP league, and another salary cap simulation league using IDP, and much more to come in 2025 and beyond. I pride myself in, building this community free of toxicity and the stuff that normally comes along with a fantasy football, free leagues that you find on Reddit or wherever. No toxic assholes here. We're just a group of people trying to have fun. Everybody's welcome. I don't care what walk of life you're from. You're welcome here. And I will do my best to help you have fun in fantasy football again. We are very active. I'm always available to help. If you're new to fantasy football, I have no issue helping you learn and get better. We have free leagues, we have paid leagues, we're expanding all the time and starting new leagues every year. So if you're looking for something different in fantasy football, something less toxic, something a little more serious, or if you're just looking to learn and you want a place to feel accepted and to make friends, consider joining the Worthless Fantasy Federation. Link to our Discord is in the description. Or if you wanted to just reach out and ask some questions, you can, comment here on YouTube. I will answer. You can reach out on Discord. Just join up in the Discord and DM me. I am WorthlessWatkins. I really hope you give us a shot. Thanks. All right, welcome back, degenerates. We are on week 16 of the WFF Simulation inside of Madden 24 here. Just a quick reminder, let's look at the playoff picture here. This is what your playoff bracket looks like going into week 16. Again, the big surprises that jump out might be the Bengals as the 2 seed in the AFC and the Buccaneers as the 6 seed in the NFC. Everything else looks, relatively believable compared to the real league. I guess the Titans at the 7 seed is kind of iffy, but they're not too bad. Just goes to show how big of a difference Joe Burrow makes in this simulation here. But we're just going to go ahead and send it 3 more weeks, and I'll meet you on the other side. All right, here we are at the end of the regular season. Looks like I'll be taking on the Buccaneers in the wild card. I finished the season 11-6, not bad. Let's see. First thing first, let's look at the standings. So at the end of the regular season, we have the Chiefs leading the league at 15-2, the Falcons at 13-4, the Bengals at 14-3. Wow. 49ers, Broncos, and Bills all at 12-5. Seahawks, me, and the Colts all at 11-6. The Jets at 10-7. Buccaneers, Dolphins, Jaguars, Texans all at 9-8. Cowboys, Eagles, Titans, Panthers, Steelers, Raiders, Browns all at 8-9. The Ravens, Vikings, Packers all at 7-10. Patriots, Giants, Cardinals, Rams all at 6-11. Commanders and Lions at 5-12. The Chargers at 3-14, and the Saints at the bottom at 1-16. Way different than what you'd expect, especially with the Texans being 9-8. Kind of crazy. Here's the weekly awards through those 3 weeks. Kirk Cousins and Davis in the NFC, and Christian McCaffrey and Jack Campbell in the AFC. Week 17 was Jordan Love and Zadarius Smith, and then Lamar Jackson and John Johnson III. And in week 18 was Jalen Hurts and Jeff Okudah, Josh Jacobs and Eddie Jackson in the AFC. All right, here's a look at the yearly awards. Looks like Patrick Mahomes is likely to win MVP. No surprise there. While Zach Taylor, the coach of the Bengals, won Coach of the Year. Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, not too far behind in MVP voting. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Devontae Adams for the San Francisco 49ers. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Christian Kirk, and Dameon Pierce rounding out the top 5. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald for the Rams, with Leonard Floyd for the Rams also. Darius Smith, Brandon Graham, and Aiden Hutchinson not far behind. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jordan Addison of the Cardinals, with Jahmyr Gibbs also on the Cardinals right there behind him. And then Tank Bigsby, Stetson Bennett, and Michael Wilson. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Byron Young for the Rams. DJ Turner, Christian Gonzalez, Jacorian Bennett, Sidney Brown. Best quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Best running back, Saquon Barkley. Best wide receiver, Devontae Adams. O-line, we don't really care about. D-line, Aaron Donald. Best linebacker, Danielle Hunter. Best DB, DJ Turner. And best kicker, Tanner Brown of the Rams. Okay. Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC is Patrick Mahomes, of course. Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons for the Chiefs. Cam Hayward, Sam Hubbard, Rashawn Gary, and DeForest Buckner. Offensive Rookie of the Year was JSN for the Dolphins. CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Michael Mayer, and Bijan Robinson not too far behind. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Marte Mapu of the Chargers, with Jalen Carter, Jack Campbell, Julian Sprintz, and Brian Branch rounding out the top 5. Best quarterback was Lamar Jackson. Best running back was Josh Jacobs. Best wide receiver was George Pickens. Don't care about O-line. Best D-line was Micah Parsons. Linebacker was Rashawn Gary. DB was Kendall Fuller. And the best kicker was Brett Maher of the Broncos. All right, we're going to look at the kind of stat leaders through the regular season. Patrick Mahomes, of course, just barely broke 5,000 yards on the season. That's insane, with a 37-4 touchdown to interception ratio, 75% completion percentage. That is nuts. Russell Wilson finishing second is also nuts. A little bit more interceptions, like when you look at Joe Burrow, 39-5, which is a lot closer to Mahomes. Whereas Wilson was 37-12, but that's your top 3 for passing yards. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow. Then Prescott, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins. Kind of like your top 10. Look at this for Matt Stafford. 23 touchdowns, 26 interceptions. That is nuts. Justin Fields way down here at the bottom for me. That's not good. Rushing, Josh Jacobs, 1,700 yards with 15 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. Dameon Pierce, 1,400 yards, 17 touchdowns. And then Jamal Williams, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Devin Singletary, Breece Hall, Aaron Jones, all kind of knocking on the top 5. Receiving, Justin Jefferson led the league, 1,400 yards with 9 touchdowns. Monte Adams, 1,300 yards with 20 touchdowns. Christian Kirk, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. And then you got Curtis Samuel, Mark Andrews, Tyler Boyd, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Terry McLaurin, Zay Jones, all kind of knocking in the top 10. Defense, your tackle leader, Tremaine Edmonds, baby. Hell yeah, 150 tackles, 7 TFLs, 3 interceptions, and half a sack. That is a good fucking year. Hayden Ellis, 147 tackles. Patrick Queen, 143 tackles. And you got Marte Mapu, Cole Holcomb, Ernest Jones, David Collins, Eric Kendricks, all kind of knocking on the tackle leaderboard. TFL is just for the fun. Aaron Donald with 25, Grover Stewart with 24, and Shaq Lawson with 22. Leading in sacks was Aaron Donald with 16, Leonard Floyd with 14. Damn, that's 30 sacks on the year for the edge rushers for the Rams. 14 for Micah Parsons, and then Sam Hubbard had 13, Emmanuel Ogbah 12.5, Josh Allen 12, Rousseau 12, Cam Hayward 12. And your interception leaders, John Johnson III had 6 for the Texans, Kendall Fuller had 6 for the Bengals, J.C. Jackson had 5 for the Texans, Steven Nelson had 5 for the Steelers, Fred Warner with 5, AJ Terrell with 5, and then it goes down from there. Just looking at a curiosity for defensive touchdowns. Looks like Jalen Ramsey had 2. Patrick Peterson had 2. All right, and here's our locked-in playoff bracket. going into Wild Card Weekend. Looks like the Dolphins came in and overtook the Titans for that 7th seed. Everything else looks relatively the same. So, Wild Card Week, you got the Bengals and the Dolphins, the Bills and the Jets, Colts and the Broncos. And on the NFC side, you got the 49ers and Panthers, the Bears and Buccaneers, and the Cowboys and Seahawks. Could be a preview of our playoffs in the WFF. I don't expect to see the Bengals as the 2 seed or the Buccaneers as the 6 seed, but everything else looks relatively potentially true to form. Alright, I had a look around. Didn't look like there were any crazy dev trait changes, and no trade. I mean, the trade deadline's passed, but there weren't any crazy moves or anything. No dev trade changes. A lot of that won't take place until after this season, going into next season. That's a lot of players will get their dev trade upgrades based on how well they did this season and the playoffs and stuff. But yeah, that's it. Next episode, I'm gonna take us to the Super Bowl, and then the episode after that, we'll do the Super Bowl and the draft. Gonna be interesting to see who wins the inaugural. I don't know about inaugural, but the very first season within the simulation. Another quick episode, nothing crazy. Just trying to get through another couple of weeks here. But until next time, degenerates.